What's up, y'all? It's your mans, Rico Wayne.
K Cruz on the mic.
And this is the Feeltrip podcast coming from the cozy corner in the DFW Metroplex, commonly known as Dallas, Texas, where the Cowboys are like 3-0 and shit right now.
Man, I don't even want to talk about it.
Alright, we're going to say that for later. But anyways, we finna kick this off with Woman of the Week. You know what I'm saying? We open up the door and let the ladies through just like you should in real life. The Woman of the Week this week, I'm pretty sure she is, we hold her close to our hearts because whenever we see her, or whenever we see the equipment that we know that we're about to see her in, her name is Valerie Felicity Frizzle, a.k.a. Miss Frizzle from the Magic School Bus, y'all.
When she put on those certain dresses, bro, with the little...
Oh, her fits.
It lets you know what you finna do.
She was on that Instagram drip shit before that shit was even a term. You know what I'm saying? And the funny thing is, while I'm sitting up here doing my research, this was the 4th grade that she was doing all these trips in?
Like, she was a 4th grade teacher?
4th grade. That's it.
That's
all these trips was taken for 4th graders. When I was in the 4th grade, all we was doing was going... I think my school was probably cheap because we was going to farms. Now I think about it, they probably just paid some dude that had some land and you pull up and you get to go pet like you know what I'm saying, like a pig or something like that.
I thought all school districts, I thought certain school districts had like a budget for like each school.
Nah, man. I come from I'm gonna say a low income community.
Bro, my school was probably like down the street from you.
Probably, dog. But I gotta say that our budgets for our field trips were spared.
Wait, what elementary did you go to, if you don't mind sharing?
I went to a few.
Yeah, I went to 3. So
I went to out there. Most, I'm gonna say all of them were. Let's see. My first elementary school was in Grand Prairie. It was David Daniels Elementary.
I don't know.
And then when I moved to Arlington, the first elementary school I went to was Goodman Elementary.
Didn't go there.
And then after that, we went to Johns Elementary.
Didn't go there either.
And then after that, we went to Lynn Hill Elementary.
I lived down the street from there after a while.
I'm going to say that out of all those, the field trips that I remember mostly were Bass Hall, which was boring to me because I didn't see no beauty in watching
the Nutcracker.
Shit like that. They wasn't in touch with us. Like, they wasn't in touch with us, dog.
Nah.
But hold up, man. Let's wrap this Woman of the Week while we jumping off track real quick. It's Frizzle. I apologize to the creators of Miss Frizzle because, you know what I'm saying, this is the Field Trip podcast, and she specialized in field trips.
Yes.
I mean, every time we seen her, it wasn't even a day in class. They would leave.
Every day, on site.
Unless you count that one when they turned microscopic. They never did really leave the class that day. But anyways, you know what I'm saying? Miss Frizzle, Woman of the Week, for taking these kids on these adventures and expanding their horizons.
Taught me
as some people in my life would say, whenever you experience the unknown, you are expanding your horizons. You know what I'm saying? It ain't got to be scary. It ain't got to be you got to be intimidated by the unknown. You are expanding your horizons because like I once heard from somewhere that I can't even remember right now. The person who enjoys being out of their comfort zone will soon make everything their comfort zone. I don't know what you're going to do after that. Maybe it's too much room after that. What is the door locked?
I have no idea.
Let's see. You can go ahead and take it right now, man. Let's see, man. What happened? It's my cousin. What's up, Brian? I just referenced you the other week. They had the swimming pool if you're looking for your daughter and everything. What's up, E. Darren? You alright?
Bro, I don't even know if this camera is right no more.
Hey, Darren, can you see the whole shot up in that angle right there?
A little bit. You gonna have to probably back it up.
Can you see like both our faces?
I don't see you.
Alright, bet. What about right now?
Yeah, you probably gonna have to school
I didn't knock the hole.
Hey, you can move it a little bit, E. Darren. Yeah. That's perfect.
Bet.
Appreciate that, E.
Bet.
Yeah. We talking about what was we talking about?
Bro, what was we talking about?
We was talking about Miss Frizzle, talking about expanding horizons.
Oh, field trips.
And with the saying that I had, comfort zones turning into discomfort zones and such like that. Yeah, y'all. We had to adapt to change the conditions right there. I'm taking like all my turns from work right now because that's what I fall back on. It's some real philosophical shit that keeps my mind tight and shit like that whenever I'm out in these conditions where you never know what could happen. But anyways, yeah, that's Miss Frizzle. She Woman of the Week. She coming with that Instagram drip back in. The show was what, 90s? Back in the 90s.
Well, okay, like official airing. Like airing of the show, yeah, it had to be 90s. Reruns, forever maybe.
Probably because, you know what I'm saying, everybody love going on trips. And when it's a rainy day at school and you see that TV set off up in the classroom, you already know you ain't finna have no homework. And you you just get to sit and chill, dog. That's what everybody loved about it.
I remember, because the schools I went to, so I went to Crouch. I went to Thornton. Then the last school, I went to the school called Vita Knox. They had opened up. Like, just barely opened up. So I went there. So, the only places that we would go, bro, we'll only go to
the park?
Nah, we did go to Legacy Park once when it first, I guess, opened. I guess when it first opened.
Did it have, like...
I don't remember.
I remember some park we went to when we was little where it was a big-ass...
Dinosaur?
No. It was a park where it had... You remember that story, Old Lady in the Shoe or something like that? It was a giant shoe in the park, and the kids could run off up in there and climb off up in it.
I think I do.
I don't know what park it was. I've been trying to look for it and Google it and shit like that.
She ain't gonna never come back.
It could have got torn down. You know what I'm saying? Now that you think about it, this how old. This is when you feel old. Shit, where you had like precious memories and shit at.
Yeah. You
go by it, and they done turned it into like a car manufacturing plant or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like. You be like, especially if you ain't been there in years, and then you drive by and you see that it's like they done either renovated the place or it's like just completely different now.
Yeah, bro.
We only in our late 20s, so you can imagine how our elders and stuff feel. Like people that's like 70 and stuff.
Their whole world is changing.
They probably looking like this used to be a 2-lane road. Now it is an 8-lane freeway.
Bro, I remember I used to go to Peter Piper Pizza on Park Road. Now I don't even know what the hell. What is that? O'Reilly's now?
I think so.
Like,
just a giant ass O'Reilly's.
Yes,
I remember
memories.
It used to have the bumper cars and shit.
Bro, I had memories.
Park Road, though, man. I got bad experience with Park Road because if you have a vehicle with rims on it, you should not go down Park Road.
Yeah, it's horrible.
If you meet a girl and she says she live off of Park Road, you might as well just forget about it, dog. Or prepare to spend a lot at the mechanic.
Yeah.
Or go buy. So you finna be buying tires from Traders Village for a minute if you mess with Park Road, man.
Or you can be buying tires right down the street from the library.
The library?
Yeah, you know they got little tire places over there.
What happened? The angle got knocked off again?
Probably. I don't think so.
It might be right there on the couch. Her backpack might be up in there with the OG. But anyways, with what? Park Road?
Yeah. Park Road's horrible. I remember there used to be a Sack and Save on Park Road.
Sack and Save?
Right, so you know.
Right there by Peter Piper Pizza?
Yeah, where it used to be across the street. And now it's
what
Rancho.
What was the place that got robbed in the back?
I can't remember.
I forgot the name of it. My cousin used to work in the back of there, but somebody had got robbed in the back. And he was just in the back, you know what I'm saying? Just holding his stock and all. I guess he was stocking and all that. And somebody got robbed in the front.
Wait, robbed where?
I'm trying to remember the name of it. Cost Plus. Is Cost Plus right around there? By where Peter Piper Pizza used to be?
Oh, you thinking, okay, so this is Sack and Save across the street. Then Peter Piper Pizza was over here, then down in that little shopping area.
Towards where the recreation center is.
Because Cost Plus is still right there. Bro, it is still open. The big old place with it say Cost. Is there a 1? Or is no, that's something else. But no, that big old little shopping store.
I don't know.
It's right there. Bro, I've only been in there twice in my life.
You ever seen a robbery happen before?
In a store?
Anywhere?
Nah. I remember one time I was going to work and somebody told me a robbery happened like 2 minutes before I pulled up. I was like, for real? It was like, how? The bank is literally inside the store. How does that shit happen?
How would you handle yourself if you got robbed?
You
just let it go down?
In that situation, I'll be like,
get what you need.
I mean, shit. I mean, yeah. Am I finna risk my life for you? Not really, nah.
When you say risk your life for you, who you talking about? The company?
Yeah, I'm not. I'll be real. Like people like when I used to work at Kroger, and niggas think like they didn't want to work the late shift because it was like they'll think they get robbed. Because somebody got robbed one day. Me, I ain't never been robbed. I always wonder why, but I mean, then again, I didn't really care. Cause I was cool with everybody that came in.
Yeah.
Cause it was like this one dude that took a shift for me to my he got robbed at knife point. I was like, nigga, you have a whole like fire extinguisher next to you.
Oh, so you talking about improvising?
Like, use what's around you, nigga. We got a knife, bro. I mean, really?
I remember when I said that. When I was like, if somebody cough in here, I got all this shit around me.
Yeah. You gotta use what's around you.
Something's finna happen.
Like, bro, you don't even have to open the register to get a man the money. You can't.
He probably was watching trash action movies. Probably. Like, it's some trash action movies out there where people was not making any sense. Like, where when a dude aiming a gun at you, you push the dude, knock the gun out of his hand, and you just run off, and then you bang bang.
That's what I get about scary movies.
You know what I'm saying? Some of these movies just don't make no sense. Like if I knock a gun out of anybody's hand, and if I'm in a scenario, that's why we love John Wick so much. Because I feel like when they was making John Wick, anytime something happened on screen, and they had to work it in, I'm pretty sure some situations popped up where it was like it wouldn't make sense if he left, right? Or left that M16 on the ground right there.
He utilized his surroundings
every time,
bro. Like even in the latest one, remember when like the dudes had the bulletproof helmets on? Oh yeah, motherfucker will open up the goddamn face mask and shoot inside of it.
He had to, or he had to go for that neck.
Yeah, he was like, you know, I'm getting tired of this, bitch. Pull up, bang bang, gets over.
Sound like some Kevin Gates type shit right
you
there.
You goddamn right.
Shout out to Kevin Gates, man. Yeah, I don't get tired. When I first heard that, man, I was going through a part of life where I could not afford to get tired at all. But yeah, man, that shit right there where you got to improvise, that's like, especially as a writer, that's one of the beauties of writing. I enjoy the randomness of life from time to time. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You can't have everything. You can't have everything expected because this shit'll be boring. Like remember that episode of SpongeBob where Squidward went to what he called the perfect world or the perfect city, and it was like everybody looked like Squidward, everybody had houses like Squidward. Yeah, he knew what he was getting into every day. Yeah, bored.
That's boredom.
At first he was smiling, then like after like what about a week of doing everything the same thing, same grocery store, same shower, same flute lessons,
just same regimen every day.
Smile just disappeared, dog. And then yeah, man, like if your life was like that, you'll be the same way, man. You gotta enjoy the randomness. Sometimes you gotta enjoy some of the craziness. Like I look at it as tests, dog, because like I said, you know what I'm saying, like Kratos is one of my you know what I'm saying, one of my inspirations out here in the world, and like one of the best moments of that game, God of War, that came out on PS4 last year and shit that people be hating on because they can't get to it. You know what I'm saying?
I said that was the only game I will play.
But anyways, it was a part. I'm finna get down up in my voice acting practice right now. Oh man! So it was a part. You know what I'm saying, dog? Like where he walked into this like castle, into this corridor, this castle. And like it's spikes and shit swinging everywhere, pitfalls everywhere. You see dudes smash skulls, and you see smashed meat on the ground. You see bones from dudes that done tried in centuries past. And he simply looks at all the carcasses that have failed at these trials in front of him, and he says, "More tests." That's it, dog. That's all he says, man. I mean, and when I see that, I was like, it touched my soul.
Think about it. But think about it though. If you didn't know Kratos at all, that should have been expected. If you didn't know him at all, would you really be that surprised?
I mean, I wasn't surprised at it. It was just like,
because that's expected. That's Kratos. Do you know what this man has done?
Nah, man.
Have you seen this man's life?
It's like you ain't never heard him say it like that before.
He don't have to say it.
Like I'm gonna say, like back in the day, he was just a video game character. You just walk into a room, he was more than that and you just start jumping. You just start jumping. But when he said that just showed you like what he is, like what his spirit is.
When you have played every God of War game you could play, except for I didn't play the last one because I don't have a PS4, have an Xbox.
Come get down with the sickness, dog.
But if you played every single one, you would know this man is not a man. This man is a beast. This man is a legend. This man is a god. So if I met Kratos in real life, I wouldn't even question. I probably wouldn't even talk to him.
I don't think he's the type of person to sit and talk with.
Nah.
Maybe if you worked side by side with him somewhere, like
In the office.
Like, nah, I don't even think offices. I think the only time where people be talking in offices is probably at like breaking lunch. Because other than that, they be like,
well, I mean, you got different offices.
It depends.
You got different offices. You got your your stock offices, then you got your corporate business offices. You got different atmospheres in each office.
Yeah.
So I mean, you can really talk all you want.
I'd be like I ain't never really worked in the office before. No, the only place I done worked, I was a warehouse runt, dog. I was a warehouse runt throughout my younger years. I ain't never. You worked in the office before?
Yeah.
I never.
I mean, depends on what you call an office. Because I mean, I done worked in a call off, like not a call center. Call center in a actual insurance office is two different things.
I'm gonna say like this. I'm gonna say like an AC controlled environment with carpet.
Yeah, I've been in there. I've been in there
With a computer.
Yeah,
That's
dual screen, all that stuff.
Yeah, man, that's the office then, man. I ain't never had the pleasure of being in that type of environment, dog.
So my intellect and skills are just so profound on this.
You know what? That's it. That is a good thing about it, cause like when I was like I told you I was a warehouse runt, so my job would be like I'm like surrounded by dust and shit, and like I'm doing like heavy lifting and shit the whole time, and like while I was doing it, the shit was so monotonous to me. That's what really led me to like Googling on my phone, like, man, if I want to read a book or listen to some shit that will expand my mental horizons, I'll bring that term up again, expand that shit again. I need something, because if I'm doing this every day, all I'm doing is just getting my veins more defined in my arms. And that is not really finna help, you know what I'm saying? Like unless you try to, like, you know what I'm saying, be more attractive with like females or something like that. But that's elementary right there. That's easy right there. Like when you try to find out, when I'm trying to find out how can I basically bring up some shit and help, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was a thirst for knowledge, basically. Yeah. Like, how can I, when somebody come and talk to me about something, could I understand a piece of that and expand on the conversation instead of just feeling clueless all the time? Right. Like, that really like helped me bridge from being like, it really helped out with my maturity too, because like I was able to fit into conversations. You know what I'm saying? Because most of the time when you hear conversations with different people, sometimes you know when they talking about some real constructive shit or when they just talking about nothing. Pretty sure you've heard both of those types before. You know what I'm saying?
I mean that's kind of the benefit of having an office job, especially in a certain field. I mean, you learn a lot. Yeah. And I mean, you learn how to break out of a certain mode of not knowing how to talk or let's see, I guess you could say define or start a conversation, because I mean they teach you these things or it can come naturally too. So like even with me, like I knew how to start a conversation, but then again, I had to teach myself other shit at the same time. Yeah. Working in the offices and stuff like that. So now when it comes to like having your customer service abilities or whatever they want to call it, that shit is second nature now. Like normally, like with the new job, we don't know nobody. Yeah. Nobody know each other.
Strangers.
Yeah. So normally that couple days everybody's all tense and quiet, not really speaking to each other. My first day, I'm chopping up with everybody. Yeah. I'm saying what's up, talking to you, starting conversation, all that stuff. Learning stuff. Not trying to be the forefront of anything, just trying to keep my place, but still
establishing yourself.
Yeah, establish myself. Yeah. And that shit helps. So I'm like, people don't need to be scared of, getting in different fields.
You give people an understanding of yourself. That way,
yeah.
Whenever K Cruz comes into the room, they know exactly what's going on.
Yeah.
They ain't got to worry about, especially because you black with dreads too. You could be, well, you wear glasses, and glasses really mean like, glasses show a form of hostility.
I don't know how.
Huh?
I don't know how.
When I say hostility, I mean like some type of like peace, tranquility, and all that stuff.
See, you gotta define your. See, okay, for your definition of hostility is a cool, demeanor, nice.
Is that what hostility means?
Hostility is hostility
is part of hostile, like yeah,
that. Man.
Maybe I got my words mixed up, y'all.
That's always like, what you mean? I'm not hostile.
Maybe I got my words mixed up, y'all. But anyways, I meant the opposite of hostile.
So, dang, what's the word?
Unconfrontational.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Same.
glasses. Yeah, glasses save you. But if you take off your glasses and you got the Muslim goatee with the dreads, people will assume the worst.
Bro, I had a lady the other day. I mean, I really don't know what the hell she was saying to me because I couldn't hear her. She was inside her house like she was scared to come out the door or something.
Mm-hmm.
So I knocked on the door, about to deliver the package. Nobody answered. So she got a porch, like a little back patio, like apartments normally do.
Yeah.
So I was finna put her package in a secure location like we supposed to, like hide it somewhere, take a picture of it, and notify her that hey, your stuff was delivered. So I walk around and I'm about to put the package in, and I hear somebody screaming. And I'm looking around, and I guess it's the lady in the apartment. And I think she said, "Don't put my package back there." And I think I was like, "What?" She was like, "Don't." I think I'm just kind of paraphrasing. I think she said that.
So she didn't want to come out at all.
Which I didn't understand. It was like, "Lady, just come here, get your damn package. I'm at the door here. Boom, that's it. You ain't gotta say nothing to me. Just open the door."
You ain't say it like that.
Nah, but actually, I'm talking out loud.
Yeah,
but I'm not talking directly to her. I'm just like, "Damn, lady, come outside. What's wrong with you?"
Cause dog, people done fucked up. Too many people done fucked up. Like, I don't know. She probably done either did something to some people back in the day, or she done seen some people do some shit, and she get like, I don't know, traumatized, man.
Well, if you don't want your goddamn package stolen, come and get this shit. It's just here. It's a simple unlock door.
It's a reason
here.
It's a reason why The Rock ain't been with a black woman in none of his movies. It's a reason.
Has he?
Think about it.
He has. Well, I don't want to jump to conclusions.
Think about it, dog.
Has he? The Rundown?
Huh?
No, there wasn't a black lady in that. Was there a black lady in The Rundown?
He wasn't even romantically linked to anybody in The Rundown. You thinking about she was up in Sin City.
Who?
She was on The Rundown, and she gave them that how come I can remember the fruit? Calavos with a K. The fruit that had them all numbed out and fucked up. Yeah. I forgot her name, man.
Bro, I can't remember.
Nah,
you
man.
sure?
Man,
He ain't never in life.
my ego's starting to kick in. I gotta wiki this. But The Rundown is a classic. But I've noticed that The Rock ain't been with no black women in his movies, like for certain. Because on The Rundown, you know, they was just like kind of flirting with each other and getting each other glimpses. But sometimes it be some shit off up in it. Like sometimes the politics go. Like they say that Denzel was supposed to kiss I forgot the actress's name. He was supposed to kiss somebody in this movie, but he said I can't because my black female fans
Dang.
just not finna take that. You know what I'm saying?
Dang.
But I don't know if The Rock got like a certain thing too, because he know if you know what I'm saying. I don't know if he know that certain women got a fetish for him. He don't want to ruin that fetish because he's trying to keep them asses in them seats. I always thought they should come up with The Rundown too, man.
Would it be as good?
We gotta find out where Sean William Scott is, man. We gotta find Rosario Dawson. That's who you talking about.
Yeah,
that is who you talking about. Nah, man, they wasn't even linked, man. Just look at that cover, man. Don't it just remind you of the early 2000s?
And then he was smaller too.
Yeah,
like he was small.
I want to say he was slimming down because he was getting ready to be a conventional actor. Then he got turned down for so many roles. He probably got tired of auditions. He was like, "Man, fuck this! I'm finna be the biggest thing in
but
these."
Now it was kind of like, "Hey, you want to be in our
streets.
movie? Hey, you want to be in our movie?"
I'm pretty sure he getting like asked everywhere because
anything with Kevin Hart.
I just got through watching that Skyscraper movie. You seen that?
Yeah, bro. That movie there, it's predictable. It is ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
It's predictable and ridiculous at the same time.
That and Hobbs and Shaw is ridiculous.
I haven't seen it yet, bro. I supposed to be gonna go see it last week, but I ain't see it yet. But that's like
they fun movies. The only thing that I will say, that prison scene that they had in the Fast and Furious together, Jason Statham and The Rock had, that other Fast.
Oh, you talking about the one they was fighting
when they broke out?
Yeah,
that was like one of the best action scenes, like period, in the minute.
Really? You think so?
That's what sparked the idea for Hobbs and Shaw right there.
Yeah, well, I mean, you kind of...
The whole dynamic of them working together and quipping at each other at the same time.
You kind of had a feeling they would work together in some movies sometime soon. I mean, cause Jason Statham is like
Legend.
yeah,
From the Transporter.
Like, he basically
Crank.
took who spot did he take?
Jet Li.
Well,
I think Jet Li passed the torch in The One. Remember in The One, Jason
when
Statham?
they was in war though.
Jason Statham was in The One.
Yeah, that was early. But what about War? That's when they was both going against.
Was they going head up?
Yeah, War was a good movie.
I think that's when Jason Statham like stepped on the scene. And then, did you ever see that movie called?
The Mechanic.
Nah, it's a movie with Jason Statham, Andre 3000.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Man, Jason Statham had hair up in there too. He had hair. I think he used to have hair in his movies before he started rocking the low ball spot.
I think I know what you're talking about.
I forgot the name of it though, man.
You know what? What song came across my mind? Then again, I'm glad he didn't play it. Hitman. I'm glad they didn't like put him as a hitman.
You talking about Hitman?
Like the actual hitman. Cause
47, Agent 47?
Yeah.
Those movies don't be doing Hitman justice, dog. They don't be doing Hitman justice. It's like
I didn't even see the recent one.
They try to what I think happens is like Hitman, whenever they try to make it a movie, they be trying to make it all like sexy and everything.
Yeah.
I think what it really boils down to, they be trying to pull the widest audience possible because they be having them. First off, the Hitman movies be PG.
Right, bro. It's like
whenever you
PG-13.
Whenever the source is for mature audiences and you try to dumb it down,
right,
for that, like, I feel like it's a cash grab, so I be losing faith as soon as I see PG right there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then whenever it be all about him having a romantic relationship and shit, like 47 don't give a fuck. Like he one of the coldest people. Like he be sprinting, he dead sprints through like 2 foot deep snow up to mountains to get up to a sniper rifle, put together the sniper rifle and look through the scope without even breathing hard. That's that's what type of stuff like you should what's the word called? Accentuate?
I'm about to say acknowledge, but
to acknowledge when you're making these films, dog. You should acknowledge that he is walking through like old folks' homes or like resorts. He is walking through like rehab centers, putting stuff in people's drugs and walking clean out without even being noticed.
And you know who probably could have made this movie great?
Who you talking about?
The people who made The Accountant. Whoever made The Accountant
Ben Affleck.
With him, yes.
That is a good random action movie.
Whoever made that movie should have produced that.
That is a good random action movie.
Bro, like,
because he was what's the word called? when what is the word called?
OCD?
Nah. Where he was like emotionless, but he was calculated though.
I almost said autistic, but it's not autistic.
I got called autistic earlier this week. You ever had that?
I ain't even laugh.
You ever had that impression of me?
Nah, bro.
Like I was told that whenever I be talking on this podcast that I be moving my head around. But all of my favorite artists and rappers and shit be doing the same thing, God. Like if I consciously just wanted to talk and not move my head like this,
that's hard. Nobody can do that.
Saying? It's like it ain't no.
That's not natural.
It ain't no soul radiating out of me. You know what I'm saying? And then the reason why I say I be talking around like this is because the mic is right here. You know what I'm saying? Like don't you be. If you see a music artist in the,
you know that is wrong me.
If you say what?
Well, you probably ain't seen it. That commercial.
What?
That commercial when it's like the boy band on stage
and they do it,
and they all just still, but they sing their lyrics.
My arm hair blonde. What'd you say?
It's a commercial. I think it's for AT&T or somebody. So there's a boy band on stage and the crowd is moving, but they on stage just still. But they're still singing their lyrics.
And they going hard?
Bro, they just singing. And
see, there's something wrong with that. That's whoever said that.
Bro, you gotta see that commercial.
Whoever's the sweet person that said that.
Who said that?
Ah, man. Somebody whose life I've stepped into and you know what I'm saying? You already know what I'm talking about. But yeah, man. I always try to I bring life into this podcast, but I make sure that it's untraceable. You know what I'm saying? I try to keep them stalkers away. I got this paranoia from me. I think I got it from one of my grandmas. My grandmother don't take no pictures of social media. Like I said, man. Yeah, man. Like with that.
Water break.
I don't know, man. You ain't never had no impression of me being
Nah,
psychologically or
Nah, bro.
mechanically fucked up.
Nah, bro. if it was something there, I would never noticed it.
Maybe it's because we've been around each other so long and shit that we used to like each other. We don't know. We wouldn't know like if the late 20s version of ourselves, if we like just bust into like the scene and like we wouldn't even know because we just been knowing each other since we was like kids and shit.
I wouldn't. Bro,
You know, it is. I be thinking about that sometimes. It be kind of fucked up. Like when you go see some of your relatives and you ain't seen them for years.
Yeah.
And like to be honest, the underlying truth is you don't know these niggas no more.
I mean, that's yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's true.
Like that's just like the underlying thing. Like the only thing you could probably really talk about is, hey man, what you been up to, man? Remember back when we was like 9 years old?
That's what.
Shit like that.
But everybody, I think in every single family, everybody reminisce. Now, like my mom and my sister, them I want to say they stay in touch more than I do.
Yeah.
Well, plus because they around the same age and they kind of like, I mean, they all grew up together, and plus they use social media as a Facebook to stay in contact with each other.
Yeah.
So
one of the benefits of social media.
yeah. So I mean, coming from my generation and coming from my young age, I wouldn't possibly know too much anyway because I mean I wasn't alive when they was doing all this stuff. So of course they're gonna have more of a tighter, you know, I guess you could say relationship. But I mean, it's still family overall. I mean, they still gonna know you for who you are. I mean, not who you are at the end of the day, but just being a cousin or being just being a cousin. I mean, you see them at holiday events or whatever, or holiday gatherings and stuff like that. But other than that, y'all follow each other on Facebook, chop it up then.
Yeah, I always look at it like, man, like no matter what that really just doesn't happen, like, you know, at some point in the past, with all the blocks that make you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a lot of blocks, especially with your family members that you probably used to see more when you was younger.
Yeah.
They is a big part of those blocks that's at the bottom, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they like pretty much they gonna be a part of your foundation for life. That's why it's always love and everything and appreciation.
I mean, that's kind of how it is, because it's like when you grow up with these cousins and as y'all get older, you're going to have a more tight fit with them than you are with possibly the distant aunt or the distant uncle or stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
Like even with the little kids, with their little cousins, as they get older, you know, you see them every summer or every Thanksgiving or this and that.
Yeah,
that's how y'all get. You know, that's how the older generation got closer because they been growing up with each other. It's just like that. You're not gonna probably be as close as your third or fourth cousin or whatever you want to call it. You're not gonna be as close to them as you is to your first cousin who you seen like almost every day or every other day, every other weekend because y'all possibly stayed
sleepovers and shit like
stuff
that.
like that. So that's how it is. So when you go Thanksgiving, you probably don't know too much about this family relative, but you just know that's their family. But when you see other cousins, it's like, oh, what's up? You know, stuff like that. That's how it always is.
Man, I just thought like it'd be parts like my parents and shit, they wasn't married. So
Right.
if I go to certain family reunions, I'm finna see like a bunch of people that be like, you don't remember me? And I'm gonna be like, nah, I probably like in a stroller or something last time I seen you.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying? Like what I do, I try to stay cordial and stuff like that, man. But other than that, it's like that. Like it really, I guess that's one of the values of having a consistent family.
Yeah.
Like having marriage or something like that, so everybody could at least keep up with each other. Because like,
I mean,
it's only a certain capacity that you can keep up with.
Right. That's
like
part
with
of
me, like it's strange, but like almost all of y'all that I went to school with, I'm probably gonna remember y'all names for the rest of my life. But whenever I
think so.
You know what I'm saying?
I would think so.
Like, but all these other, maybe it's because, you know, it's so like y'all just, that's like one of the only times where you just been seeing everybody every day, unless you get like a career somewhere where you've been somewhere like for like 10 years or something like that.
Yeah. See, and that is hard because like even with me, like I seen a group of certain people for years.
Yeah.
I see that group more than I see the other half of my family, and that's the hard part about it. So I'm trying to remember y'all like it was yesterday, but I mean, second nature. Remembering them is like nothing to the group of people I basically grew up around. I mean, it's like that. But even with a married family, I mean, it just depends. If those folks are coming to your house a lot, then yeah, that's gonna be in your head.
The married consistent family is way better than the loose extended family.
Well, of course. Like, I mean, it always is, but it depends on how the situation is.
It's just a better deal overall. Like, you don't start feeling the pressures of the shit until like the pressure, it come from me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it'll be like, say like you be sitting up there thinking like, I'll go visit my family today. And like, when I say visit my family, I mean I'm finna go to like 3 different houses. You know what I'm saying? But like, if it was a married consistent family, I'd be like, I'm finna go visit my family today. Then, bam, you just go to like your parents' house. That's it.
Yeah.
But now it got to be like, I got a parent over here, I got a parent over there, I got a la 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 la.
I mean,
la.
But like I said, depending on how the situation is, like me, like when I go visit my family, is my mama's house. Yeah. That's where everybody's at. That's everybody I grew up with. Now, when I know I'm finna go see my pops, I was like, well, I'm finna go down to my daddy's house, and that's probably on like a spur of the moment type thing. If I really feel like driving out there, or it's the holiday, and we out there.
See, like yours is like you, like what you just said is like, you know, like you are aware of the fact that your mama probably finna catch these visits way more than your pops.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact. She knows.
Yeah, that's just like how your life lined up because your parents are separated.
Yeah.
But like, if like, all I'm saying is like, you know what I'm saying, if your parents was like, you know, somehow, you know, still together or something, you'd be like, bam, now I'm seeing both of y'all.
Yeah.
And then it's just you start thinking about, you know, like whoever they end up with and everything. You start thinking about all that. You be happy if they find somebody that they can match up with, and then when they find somebody that they don't match up with, you know what I'm saying, you gotta get ready to adapt to these situations as they come at you. You know what I'm saying, dog?
You gotta go deep. You gotta spread your love. You gotta spread the love.
Yeah, man. It's just like I like the pressure though, because like I said, I feel like whenever you like too content and you not being tested, shit, you going out. Like, you about to like burn out like a light bulb, dog. Like, one of the only things that keep like people sharp out here is these situations that you gotta cleave through. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Gotta stab it like a sword, dog.
Oh man.
Like, that's just part of the, like, what makes, like, when I step, usually whenever I step into certain rooms and stuff, it makes you more assured of yourself too.
Yeah.
The only reason why you feel confident taking that math test is because you did a whole lot of homework before. The only reason why you could step into like whenever some kid is been doing his timetables on them sheets where he used to be like, finish this in a minute or something like that.
Yeah.
And then as soon as you take a test and all you gotta do is just multiply certain things out, easy, dog. It's the same way how, you know what I'm saying, how these situations come in life. If you used to dealing with you know what I'm saying, say if you like one of the reasons whenever I deal with females in these romantic situations, whenever you deal with them in these romantic situations, the first few times you're going to get a little salty sometimes because things didn't go as expected. But then you learn that that's really just how reality is, the reality of the situation. You know what I'm saying? That's how the reality of the situation is. And when you become accepting of it, you start seeming like some type of Jedi master out here. You know what I'm saying, Doc?
That's the thing, man. I don't think a lot of people actually take the time to accept life for what it is. A lot of people just expect it to be this,
have the expectations set.
Or like what they expect the next person is going through, they should go through it too.
That they're gonna do the same exact thing.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, it's like it don't work like that.
It's different flavors out here,
you
man.
live your life to your expectation, to your fulfillment, basically.
Yep.
To get the most and the best out of life, you gotta live it for you. And I don't think a lot of people
get your most and your best out of life.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people do that. A lot of people live it off of other people's expectations. I'm like,
comparisons and such.
Yeah, that's not how that shit works. Like, just live it through your eyes, bro. That's it. Live it through your eyes. If you'll enjoy it, like me, I enjoy the hell out of life. I ain't got the most. I ain't got the millions that I want to have. Man. One day I may have it. I may not have it. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna be happy regardless. I ain't doing it to impress nobody.
I gotta confess. I'm like how people petty with negative shit. Like it's a lot of times where people be petty about stuff that really just don't matter. Whenever I listen to it, you know what I'm saying? Like you looking at me like you looking at me like you saying something bad or something like that. Like what's that look supposed to mean or something like that?
Why are you looking that hard into it?
I'm like, I don't really care about shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I be petty about the positive shit. Like, if I walk outside, like, one of the things that I love is, like, whenever it rain outside, and then that first sunny day after the rain, it seemed like a lens just been pulled from the world. And it's like so crystal clear because, you know, the pollen and stuff that got washed away. Like, I like that. Like, I like riding and, like, opening up the sun. Like, I like washing my own, like, vehicle and shit like that. Like, I've been washing my own shit. Like, I ain't really just with the car washes and shit like that unless it's like something crazy, like crazy mud and fudge all over this shit. But
I go to car washes.
Like, I wash mine in the morning, and then what I like is just going down the freeway.
Wait,
with, like,
water hose? Or you talking about like as in?
I pull out a bucket.
Oh, okay.
And a chamois and a sponge.
A ShamWow.
Yeah, a ShamWow and a sponge, and I wipe it all down until it's glistening in the sun. Then pull that sunroof back, and you got your favorite playlist playing. Nothing on top of that for me, man. Like, after a fresh shower, you just going, you spray your cologne on, man.
That sounds like a road trip.
Those are like beautiful things in life to be, man. Or like, I don't know, man. Like, when you go somewhere with some kids and like they just all happy and everybody clean and everything and everybody following, everybody being behaving accordingly. You know what I'm saying? Right. The kids ain't crazy and they not sad about anything. It's just, I don't know, everybody just happy to be living at that moment. That's the type of stuff that I like, man. I be petty about stuff like that. Like, I be looking back like, yeah, I don't know why, but in my mind it'd be like, damn, it feel good to be a gangster. I don't know why I say that shit in my mind. I ain't never put a gun in nobody's mouth for nothing. You know what I'm saying? This shit be feeling good.
It just feel good to not live life by restrictions or judgment. And that's how I live it. Yeah. I don't judge anybody. I don't tell anybody to restrict themselves from anything because, I mean, at the end of the day, it's your life. It's your breath you taking. I mean, you make that road for yourself. So live that shit. That's it.
Basically.
Bro. That's it.
Just like Lil Duval was saying earlier this year or last year.
That was last year, I think.
Wait,
was it?
I'm losing track of time. You think Donald Trump finna win 2020?
Honestly, bro, I ain't even keeping up, so I hope not. I hope not, bro. But I do gotta vote though. Huh? I do gotta vote.
You know who you voting for?
No, I mean, you know it ain't him, but
you gonna do some research, or you gonna wait till like
I gotta do some research.
You gonna wait till them polls pop up and be like, who name look the cleanest?
No, I'm gonna really do my research, bro. Cause it do matter, bro. It do matter, you know. I ain't
who name look the cleanest?
I ain't trying to be naive about it. It matters, man.
Man, I'm trying to get my awareness up with the politics, man. But with politics,
I mean, you gotta have a niche for it. Like, I mean, I follow politics a lot. I just don't retain the information.
I like to think that I'm pretty good at reading people, man. And like with politics, it just seems like it's
not about reading the people though. I mean, you gotta match what candidate is actually gonna do what for you.
Yeah, man. And like it's just like say when Barack was running, you could sense that he had like a rational like sense with his politics, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean,
and it's like whenever you read like everybody else, it seems like they just trying to go to war for everybody. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's like when they was I'm gonna say raised in these politics, that they was like taught to be like sharks or some shit like that. Go at them head on, take them down, la la la, and shit like that. But it's like I gotta see, man. Then I be seeing like former classmates and shit. They be going at the politicians like, you see this shit is preposterous and shit like that. To be honest, I don't even be knowing why the shit is preposterous. I don't even be knowing.
I know, because I mean,
maybe it's because I don't know if it's like not the lane of my thought process. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I don't want to put a percentage on it, but I mean,
like, cause me, I'm like more of an art nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, probably like politics just might not be for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, just like some people say, like whenever you hear some artists and shit, like they don't touch certain subjects.
Yeah.
Like with me, I guess with my mind state right now, I don't know if I'm like touching politics like that. Like politics don't even interest me. I know it's some bigger picture shit. I don't know if my scope is not big enough to see that shit, or if like it's just like I'm not seeing. I want to say it's because I'm not seeing the effects in my.
Well, that's the thing.
Direct effects in my life from.
That's
shit
what it
that
comes
happens.
down to, because when it comes to politics, a lot of these things only affect people with the businesses, tax reform, stuff like that, money. Yep. That's what it's basically impact. I mean, it's impacting more than that, but from what my knowledge is, from what I'm noticing, that's all affecting. I mean, we're just a middle class American trying to make it. That's really it. So we're not really seeing I guess you could say, the benefits of what this candidate is doing for whatever, or we just not looking into it. Now, once you look into it, and now if I was in politics, then I would possibly look at it a certain way. But I mean, I'm just a normal person living an everyday life, so I'm not really into it unless I just really start diving into it and trying to understand what's going on. That's why a lot of rappers say, "Oh, that's not my lane," because they're not listening to what's going on. They're not really trying to inform themselves. They just living their everyday life because they got millions of dollars right now.
Pretty much.
They don't really care about politics unless it's actually affecting them. Then they'll figure out what I need to know and what I can do to change it. At the end of the day, that's it. That's why a lot of them don't talk about it.
I probably need to pick up a Politics for Dummies book.
I mean, you could probably start there, or just YouTube a lot of stuff and see what they talking about. Cause it's not really. It's really common. It's really common information that they're discussing.
I'm just gonna talk. I'm just gonna pull somebody aside and just be like, man, what the fuck are they talking about?
I mean, you can listen to a Don Lemon. I listen to it. I'll listen to Don Lemon a lot. I watch Don Lemon a lot. That's why I listen. That's why I listen to. I listen to I forgot the other person's name. I just watch a lot of clips of CNN. I watch a lot of stuff about politics, but the information that I'm listening to just doesn't retain in my head like that for me just to spew it if I was having a discussion with somebody. Yeah, it's just something I listen to for my knowledge to try to understand and keep up with the times and keep up what's going on in the world. But it's not information for me to spew back out to people out there to provide information, because that's not me.
See, the reason why I don't really be talking about the shit on this podcast, unless it's me talking about how I don't talk about the shit, is because the only time I feel comfortable talking about certain shit is when I'm certain about it. Yeah. And like, if I hop out there and say like a certain politician name, and I'd be like, me, like usually like I'd be like, usually I like being colorful with my expressions, so I might be like, man, the shit that they're talking about, that shit is like landfill, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, I might say some shit like that, but then I wouldn't know what the fuck I'm talking about, so I'm not gonna say that statement.
So it's a certain lane. It's like everybody has a certain lane that they can really articulate to the best of themselves. So, like with you, like anime, you could probably go crazy with that. I can't.
Pretty much.
I like it a lot, but I'm not as up to date or in tune as y'all are.
And like, I could say the same thing about sports, cause like I loved playing football back in the day. Like I said, like one of my favorite things was like going so hard. I used to be like on the D line, so like this shit was like straight aggression, and like I would love to like just have a nigga just sleeping in the bed thinking about how I almost made his chest collapse inside out. You know what I'm saying? I would love to have somebody in the bed thinking about that type of shit. And like, then you look at them through like the rings of your helmet and shit, man. It's like a whole like culture like down there with that. I love being in that. But like, as far as like, hey man, you know how many sacks that nigga got back in 2001? Y'all niggas be knowing that shit, dog. Like,
no, I don't know all that stuff. Like, I mean, up to date stats. And then a lot of people that act like what they call them, cause they call the people on
fanatics.
Twitter that act like
fanatics.
Nah, that act like sports analysts, knowing damn well. I mean, you just a Twitter advocate basically. You just on Twitter, bro. And that's why a lot of people get clowned on to do this. I don't do that stuff.
Amateur analyst.
Yeah, it's not. I'm not an analyst, bro. I just see what I see, and I talk trash like everybody else. Yeah. But I'm not finna type 140 characters about a professional athlete.
Yeah, bro. You can say like, are we amateur podcasters? Are we professionals, bro?
That's the thing. I mean,
is this one of the best podcasts ever, dog? That nobody knows about, dog?
I'm gonna go ahead and put it on the map and say yes, it is.
Oh my god.
I mean, we can call ourselves professionals.
Do you think we should start shitting on people?
I mean, we could.
Do you think we should just start like hopping on the mic and just shitting? Like, because you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like if anybody get a taste of this, they gonna want some more, dog.
I mean, but in your eyes,
you know what it be?
What is a podcast?
This is what it be, man. Alright, like I be geeked up on shit. Like, whenever I see something I'm interested in, I be gonna know that motherfucker from the inside out. Yeah. And what I noticed the majority of people don't care about that type of shit. They care about like the hooks and shit. It's just like rap songs on the radio. Niggas don't care about that verse on there. niggas care about from the window to the wall, to the wall.
Yeah, because I don't know nobody who actually know the verses of that song.
Man, let me see.
Are those even really considered verses?
All I can remember is, can I play with your panty line? Them niggas is like singing hooks during the verses. You know what I'm saying? So like that's how this podcast shit is. So like, you know what I'm saying? And like, I just got through watching that Hitsville documentary. Have you ever watched that? Hitsville. Nah. Talking about Motown, Berry Gordy. Talking about how he used to work in an assembly line. And he took that method and transposed it into building superstars. And that's how Motown happened. Marvin Gaye, The Temptations.
How do you take an assembly line approach into music industry stardom? How do you do that?
He had different stages. Like basically, you go out and search for talent. That'd be like a square. Then it'll branch out, and then it'd be like artist development, and then it'll come back down, and it'd be like artist competition, and then it'll be like come down to like showing, asking if the shit that they making, like after the competition, you know, it sharpens everybody up. So whoever sound the best, and then it comes down to a room, and they all decide if this song is a hit or not. And then bam, they go over to like getting the license and shit like that. So it's just like whenever you make a car in the plant, first you come through with the schematics for the vehicle.
Right.
Then you come down with the basic pieces that go together. And then you go to the manufacturing plant where all the pieces get made individually. Then you go to the assembly where everything starts getting put together. Then you start doing the details and all that. That's just me freestyling the shit.
Okay, this is kind of getting off track, but
what we got?
Did I ever tell you about that little stupid debate? Well, it wasn't even really a debate. It was just like a unnecessary conversation that I was having with whoever the hell it was on Twitter about Chris Brown and Usher and Neo and all these motherfuckers talking.
I remember a certain thing, and I was like, "This is the first thing that I'm about to agree with this nigga on this, on these debates and such." And when somebody was talking about, I think I came in with a comment, and I agreed. I said, Chris Brown is the best dancer alive right now. Period.
Yes, and my thing is though, I don't know who this female was at all. Like I don't know. Like I really didn't care.
Random.
I was just saying some shit. I really didn't care about what I was saying. I was just saying it.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's my opinion, so why do people get so upset about what I'm saying? So I'm literally saying, Chris Brown, to my opinion, can dance better than Neo, Genuine, and Usher. I mean,
Chris Brown slaughters everybody right now.
Yes, like I mean, come on, man. What am I not seeing?
It's no competition.
What am I not seeing? That's what I was just confused about. You said Neo. What the hell did this man ever do? Like,
if Chris Brown. If there was an R&B video game, and all the singers had stats, and it was like stats, it'd be like not overall 99. It'd be like voice, dancing, attire, and like I don't know, man. It'd be like attributes like that. But dance, his should be on 99.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? His should be on 99. It'd be fucking some shit.
I mean, because I mean, the only thing Usher is probably a good entertainer, but I mean, he's not self choreographing his own stuff on site. This man's not busting down.
Yeah, he pretty much, you know what I'm saying, being taught choreography. But I feel like when Chris Brown do, I feel like he be freestyling a lot.
That's what I was saying. That's what I was going off of.
I feel like his is coming from like the inside of his.
Yes, when he's doing a live show and he's just dancing, like that's just him dancing.
Yeah, it's coming from the inside.
Yes, that's not him.
I feel like Usher like be like, okay, I'm finna pull this from the outside to me and then do it. But Chris Brown, his stuff is like, whenever you see him do a shoulder jerk, like I be like, go.
And I'm just
status.
I'm just saying, and that's to the other part I was saying to that is whether all these professional so-called vocalists and where do these people come from to make them like I ain't never heard of you in my life. So how the hell you make Mariah Carey so great, but your ass can't sing and make a hit record?
Who you talking about? The people that get them?
The people that's so-called supposed to be like these professional vocalists and stuff like that. Why the hell you ain't singing?
Who you talking about? People that you?
No, I'm just saying overall. These people that say they were a vocal coach for this person, a vocal coach for that person. Then why the hell you ain't on top of the music industry right now? Why the hell you ain't top dog Mariah Carey?
It's different flavors, dog.
Like, do you just want to be in the background?
And I'm pretty sure if you do some research on Mariah Carey, she's around some people that's been like, just it's like it's a circle, dog. It's like it's a privilege to be around that circle. So whenever people get involved, like some people that do follow that Motown model, is QC.
I seen that. I can see that.
Like Coach K and all that stuff. They follow that model. That's why you hear like when the Migos came out, and then like Rich the Kid came out and be like, yeah, man, I used to be in the basement with the Migos all the time when they was recording. Yeah. And bam, you see him blow up, and then you start seeing like even with like Lil Yachty and stuff like that. I think the only person that's not big is Skipper the Flipper.
He on his own now. He on his own now.
Yeah, man. He one of your favorites?
To me,
yeah,
he one of my favorites. I rock with him. Like I rock with him.
He always reminded me like if Ghost wanted to start rapping, dog. You know who Ghost is?
You talking about?
Off Power?
Oh shit, I gotta watch that tonight.
I ain't even watched the one from last weekend.
For real?
I gotta watch the one from last week. The one I ain't watched the one from the week before that is the one where
I think this is episode 3, right? Today is episode 3.
Nah, man, I think it's like 5.
Nah, I don't think it's 5, bro. It ain't 5.
Let's see. First episode was with
that's when
Ghost shot up the car. Bang, 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 bang.
No, that might have been second.
The first episode of the season.
That might have been that was first. That was first when he thought he killed Tommy.
Yeah. The third episode is when I think 50 had directed it, and it had the congressman when he was talking on the phone and having sex at the same time and stuff like that.
Nah, that was 2.
I'm saying it's 3, dog. Cause 50 hopped on there and said this third episode of the season directed by yours truly and shit like that.
Wait, but I think the third episode is when he found out Tommy wasn't dead.
Yeah, the last episode that I watched is when Tommy showed up at their funeral.
Oh, that was
it had to be 3. It had to be 3. I'm telling you.
No, that was 2. That was 2.
I'm telling you,
because
3, man.
Because that's I think this is the end of 2. Because then 3 come up. That's when him and Tommy, he run into Tommy again. And he tried to kill him again.
At the courthouse.
No.
I'm telling you, that's 3, dog.
He tried to kill Tommy
3.
when he had the ambulance.
3.
And this is after the courthouse. No, that's because he had the ambulance again because they were trying to escort something. And this is...
I think I missed that episode, but...
Yeah, this is the previous episode.
The courthouse episode?
That's when they had to get old girl that was part of the...
Jimenez.
Yeah, and then old dude
Cartel.
killed her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was number 3, dog.
You sure that's 3?
I'm telling you, there's 3.
But this should just be so long.
I remember when 50 had posted, and he was like, "Man, this is my directorial debut."
So I gotta tell the wife, man, should she stay up, man?
Yeah,
we gotta watch Power.
Yeah, go ahead and get that popping, man. Get that Power popping, man. Power is a cool show, but my favorite shows that's on TV whenever they come on, I gotta watch them.
What?
Is Insecure and supposed to be my favorite show, and I can't even remember the name right now. It's not Power, dog.
Yeah. Snowfall?
No, I ain't
even started.
I never even watched Snowfall. My favorite shows that I haven't finished.
Wait, what is it on?
Man, HBO. It's on one of them. It's on one of those, man. Dang, man, it's like a normal show. Like usually, I used to like action shows and shit, but sometimes it really just depends on the show, man.
I gotta stop. Like every time I start a series, I never finish it.
You say what?
Every time I start a series or some show, like Wu Assassins, I haven't even finished it yet.
I haven't even started. It's really too many shows for me.
Yeah,
I can only focus on so much, and if I binge stuff too hard, I fall asleep and pass out.
See, that's the thing with me. I can binge it, and then I get too caught up in it, and I'm like, dang, I gotta finish watching it.
Yeah.
So, like Power, I'm gonna watch that tonight. But you ever get so caught up with a show, and at the end, it's like, damn, you don't know what else to watch?
I be having it lined up. Insecure in Atlanta, dog.
Atlanta back? It ain't back
yet.
Nah,
it's gonna come back like next, cause the homie D Glove and the rest of the cast has gotten so many jobs after being on that show. That's how you know it's good.
It's too good.
When you doing this art shit, the best thing that your work could do is get you some more work,
bro. Like after this man got
Combat Jack.
After this man got Star Wars, it's like
out of there.
Can he even come back?
You know, you put me on to him a long time ago.
Donald Glover?
Childish Gambino back then.
Yeah.
Back when he was, I think he was singing, he had on a hoodie, and it looked like it was snowing outside. He just had on the hoodie and he was like talking aggressive. I mean, he was trying to talk as aggressive as he could at the time. You know what I'm saying, dog?
Yeah, I remember because I had that first. It wasn't even called an EP at the time. I think it was like an actual album.
I think he was just going hard with a camera, dog.
Yeah,
with a camera and a beat, he's just going hard.
Yeah, because I remember his mixtapes. What was it? Because of the internet or something like? Nah, that wasn't one of them.
Because the internet was the album, and that is
it was
that shit is low key a millennium classic.
A lot of people didn't really know too much about him. I mean, when I used to try to,
I want to say he was big outside of the communities that we stay in.
Probably so. Probably like more in the college scene.
Yeah, around here.
White folk college scene, stuff like that. New York State.
Not in the streets out here, but I'm going to say like to the masses, like outside and around. Like I'll say a song that wasn't big out here, but was big regardless. I still love the song. It was Antidote.
Wait, are we talking about somebody else right now?
Don't you open up that window. Don't you let?
Wow, I hear that song every day on 2K. Man.
They played that one time at the club and nobody knew what to do with it. I was like the only nigga up in there jamming to that because I knew the shit and I liked the shit. But whenever they play, if they play that at a club in downtown Dallas or something, where they got the neon lights and all the like the neck lights and stuff like that and the wrist lights and stuff, the rave parties, dog, I'm pretty sure it was like madness up in there.
Probably. And then I think a lot of people knew I think a lot of people that probably didn't take him serious about his rapping, not Travis Scott, Donald Glover, because he was on Community, the little TV show.
Yeah.
And he was a little, he was a comedian. And then I guess once he got a certain point in his life where music started really taking off, all that switched. As soon as
his beard started fuzzing out, that's when his artistic freedom started.
I think that was before, because in one of his comedy specials way back, he didn't have a beard, but
yeah.
In Community, he was kind of growing it out, because Community will really like put him on. But then like people started like actually listening to his music, then that switched everything. And then we started getting like little special parts and stuff.
It gets to a point where you just really don't care. You just be like, my work just gonna speak for itself.
Yeah, and that's basically what it does.
And like you really start letting, like the same thing with J. Cole when he just started letting his hair just go out. You know what I'm saying? You just be like, fuck this. Like you be like, you don't really like care about trying to like look good and all this stuff. Right. You don't be like hunting and scavenging for the attention like that. You really just start being like bona fide with your work, like with your craft. And like that's what I like seeing with J. Cole and like the whole Dreamville movement and shit like that, because it's all unique. And then I'm pretty sure I done said that shit before too. But yeah, man, and we done talked about the artistic freedom shit before too. But yeah, man, that shit right there is beautiful to me, man. I just I'm watching this. I'm about to get ready to finish watching this Evel Knievel documentary.
This stuff must be on like Amazon.
It's called Being Evil. And I was inspired because I heard Rob Zombie and Joe Rogan talking about it on Joe Rogan podcast.
Yeah.
This documentary is crazy, man, because he what I really think it is, with me, I got this certain philosophy. It's either hard shells or hard cores.
And where does that, not where it come from, what does that
mean?
Yeah.
When you see people out here, you got some people that look, they got this look where it's like basically they look defensive, or they look like open, or like, you know what I'm saying, or like happy and stuff like that, or like kind on the outside, but if you touch them to a certain point, that shit gonna flip, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or if you got the people that like it'd be a lot of girls that be pillow talking about they past relationships. They be like, all them thugs, they like teddy bears whenever you lay in the bed with them. So you know what I'm saying, you got dudes, you got people that act hard, but then you know what I'm saying, you get to a certain part, they crumble up and you know, like that. And then like you got the opposite of that, you know what I'm saying? You got the people that if you push them too far, you get shot or something like that. But yeah, man, like I got them things that like he had like a hard shell. But he was like heroic with the shit, because you know he wore the red, white, and blue outfits, or he was jumping over motorcycles, like jumping over buses and shit like that.
Yeah. And
like with him, man, his shell was so hard that like shit, anytime he got hurt, he didn't even like, you know what I'm saying, he wasn't complaining about the pain or nothing like that. It's showing his X-rays. He got screws just everywhere, dog. Look, like the same way how we thought Wolverine screams because his claws come out.
Yeah.
Evil Knievel, like, he used to come out with a cane. He used to go with a cane with his outfit and then hop on the bike. I think he was using the bike as a wheelchair.
You probably would.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Probably would.
like, some of them falls that he was taking, it was like, shit, man, he was damn near disabled by the time, like, he got on the bike anyway. So whenever he landed, he probably couldn't even, like, tighten up muscles to hold on and grip and stuff like that. And the bikes that he was jumping with was not made for jumping, dog. Like, dirt bikes and shit got the whole seats and the suspension and shit like that. The bikes that he was jumping with is made to go on nice, flat,
like
long distance roads. That's it, man.
That's the same thing you can say about NFL. Well, I don't want to say all because I don't know. I mean, maybe some NFL players like be juiced up, playing with broken legs.
You got me thinking about Blitz. The last
Blitz 2?
The Blitz after Blitz,
Blitz
2000.
the League.
Blitz the League. Legendary shit, man. They was
When
taking
Lawrence
steroids
Taylor,
during
bro.
the game.
Bro, and even back in the day, the NFL, bro, people used to be high before games. Bro,
I'm
so they
pretty
didn't
sure.
feel none of that
Before,
stuff.
like, yeah, because for all of the legalizations with substances, all the substance policies that had to go on, I mean, back in the day, they were probably going hard,
Bro,
dog.
yeah.
They're probably just putting it off up in the Gatorade. Everybody get your fix and
I
stuff.
mean, they used to give us stuff, but it wasn't like that. I think
What
they
you
put
mean?
BC powder in our water
Where?
when we was playing football.
In our high school?
Yeah, 'cause I remember seeing one of the trainers that was pouring like some powder in our water. I thought it was like some Gatorade shit, but shit never changed colors. So I think that shit was like it was some numbing stuff for pain, bro. It had to be because I showed it feel shit till I
I didn't
got
see
home.
none of that, man. I'm gonna have
I seen it. That's all. I was like, it had to be like BC powder.
Did you sneak a peek at it? Was you supposed to see it, or they were just doing it in the open?
Yeah, they just did it in the open. Because I remember they'll fill up, and I remember seeing pouring something in there. I think that shit was for pain, bro.
I'm scared, man.
I think that shit was for pain.
I'm scared, man. It probably was.
Did you ever feel that? Did you ever feel anything when you was at practice?
No, I thought that I had developed a high tolerance for it because I felt like a tough guy. I thought I was on some.
That's why you used to tell us to drink so much water.
I thought I was on the Terminator type shit.
Man, that's why you used to tell us to drink so much water.
What I'm sitting up here thinking
medication,
is
man.
that shit could have like I don't know, that combined with playing aggressive action games in the household could have developed a savage personality.
I don't know.
Yeah, man. That's I don't know, man. You got anything else you want to talk about, dog?
Man, just y'all stay safe in these streets, man. Wait for this weather to change. Oh yeah, I think today's the last day of summer. Thank God.
Jesus Christ.
Thank God. The first day of fall is tomorrow.
That's the most beautiful thing I've heard on this podcast all night.
For when you hear that, when you say no more summer in the state of Texas, it's beautiful.
Now I'm trifed because now I kind of miss the summer. Cause
I
now,
don't
Now
miss it
I'm
at
thinking
all.
about my fingers numbing out. Nah, man, I'm gonna be ready for the winter time. I love dressing fly for the winter.
you
Dog.
mean?
I love the jackets, man. I already got my leather. I had my leather like in June, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's see, man. I got
You rock leather like that? I don't like leather. I don't like leather jackets, man. Straight
Dog.
hoodies for me. Pullovers.
I fuck with all of them. I already got shit. I got a couple of long sleeves. I got a whole jumpsuit that I jacked straight off a mannequin at a store. You know what I'm saying?
You just like that.
You know what I'm saying? Something like that, dog. Just a little something. You know what I'm saying?
I do got something to say to Nike today. What? Nike,
Free promotion.
man. Y'all need to change y'all policy up, man, because y'all had y'all prices wrong on some shoes.
What they done did, dog?
Bro, so I'll pull up to the line, right? I'm at the Grapevine Mills Mall.
Yeah.
Had a nice pair of Air Maxes in my box right here. Walk up to the counter. On the box it says $69.97 plus an additional 20% off. So it should have been like maybe, I don't know, percentages like that. So I ain't going to even.
Let's see. I'm finna do this math real quick. Show y'all how my mind works. $69.97. Might as well round that up to 70. 70 divided by 5 is 20.
So it'd been like 50 something.
You say what?
So they should have been like 50 something, 54.
What I'm gonna do is 70 divided by 5 is 14, right?
70 divided by 5.
Gotta be 14, right?
Let's pull up. Let's go ahead and
70
70
divided
divided
by
by 5 is 14.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? 70 divided by 5, 14. So minus 14 off of 70. and you got about $56
$56
for your price.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying,
You
dog?
gotta show me that because I need to work on my percentages when it comes to stuff like that.
Basically what I did was when I divided by 5 is 20 of 100%. So that's 20%.
Okay. Wow.
Just little stuff like that, dog.
Wow. So I wish somebody would have taught me that. Shit would have made a lot more sense.
It's like what happened was I never did take number sense in school, but when I started understanding what the word sense meant, and then when I thought number sense, you could really do a whole bunch of freaky shit with numbers in your head when you get the whole concept down. You know what I'm saying? Like whenever you do high multiplication or high division and shit like that, you can start doing all types of numbers. Like say if you did like 55 times like 13, what you should really do is if you did what half of 13 is
that would have been 6.
Like if you want to do half of 13 it'd be like 6.5.
Yeah.
So 65 is 50 times 13, and then you do times 5 is 6.5. So
y'all can't
65
see, right?
plus 6.5
is 72.
72 something.
Wait, you said 65.5?
65. Nah, that's 50, right? Because we did 50. 50 is 6. What did I say?
I swear you said 65 plus 6.5.
I said 55 times 13.
Oh, 65 times
55
13?
times 13.
Oh,
that'll be
times 13. Oh shit, I did that wrong.
That'll be 650.
Nah, wait,
plus
you said 55 or 65?
55 times 13. I'm hurting my head. It'll be.
Oh shit.
Hold up, man. It'll be 650.
No, it's 715.
715?
Yeah.
Hold on, man. Let me do this in my head real quick. My ego is attacking me, y'all. Y'all finna see me do this shit on this podcast. I'm finna show y'all how my mind be adapting to shit. Hold up. I said 13.
13.
I said 13 times 55, right?
55.
Let's see.
715.
Let's see. It's 715 because you go 10, 55, 550. There you go. 3, 55. 550, 3, 55, 150 plus 15 equals 150 plus 15 equals 165. It did 165 plus 550 equals 715.
705. I mean, you still better. You better than me at math, but when it comes to that biology and stuff and all that science, I can whip all that.
Man, we've been podcasting for about an hour, y'all. This is Rico Wayne. I'm gonna catch y'all on some math shit the other week. We're gonna do some numbers type shit, man.
You gotta educate.
I'm gonna jog my mind, dog. I gotta jog my mind back up to it.
This K Cruz.
And this is the Feeltrip podcast, y'all. Wish our feelings can take us places, but also get us stuck on problems on math. We're gonna catch y'all next week.
Please let this be a normal field trip with a friend. No way.
Cruising on down Main Street, you really like